Well, everyone, the Samsung Galaxy phones that Samsung has made throughout their whole entire lifespan have been some of the more interesting phones. Their main S series, I love them a lot, but there was a time and period where I used to not really like them, and I used to hate them a lot. Now, there's been a couple of, I would say, eras from Samsung. There was their TouchWiz era, and there was pretty much their beyond TouchWiz era, and I really didn't like Samsung phones during that TouchWiz era. From like 2010 to like 2018, whenever they switched over to One UI, I was not that big of a fan of that version of software, mostly because there were just so many issues and weirdness that was coming around with TouchWiz. And I loved stock Android so much more. I had Nexus and stock Android phones during that time, and if I didn't, I would custom ROM my phones to actually get stock Android. And I really did not like TouchWiz during that moment. Now, fast forward, more recently, one reason why I didn't really like Samsung, probably even after One UI came out, was probably around the time where the Galaxy S21 came out. I hated the fact that Samsung gave us such a weird, downgrade in so many ways from the Galaxy S20. I thought that was a very weird approach that Samsung gave us. To give you some perspective, they removed the microSD card slot, which was a very weird thing for them to do. I still don't understand why they do that, because they make Samsung and they make SD cards, so I figured they could make a lot of money still selling SD cards. They still have some phones that do it, but for their main flagships, they do not really give us that capability anymore. So that was a very, very weird thing that they kind of did. On top of that, they gave us a plastic back on that phone. I don't know why they did that. I think since then, this phone has kind of grown on me, but the frosted plastic back made zero sense to me, and it still isn't really my first choice of device to, pick up. But, that was another thing they did. And the cherry on top was the display. Although the display wasn't terrible, it was still a downgrade in my opinion, coming from the, Galaxy S20. The S20 had a 1440p, curved display, and that was an excellent panel. I love that panel a lot. With the Samsung Galaxy S21, this one had a flat display, and it was essentially like a flat 1080p display, 120 Hz still, which was nice. But, that was just another example where I feel like Samsung could have done a little bit of a better job at. And more recently, even more recent than that, they kind of did something weird. They removed the Galaxy Note lineup. I feel like Samsung could have probably done a little bit of a better job here, but with the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which was supposed to be kind of like the Note replacement, this device, in my opinion, was kind of a side grade again coming from the Galaxy S22 Ultra. I feel like the S22 Ultra and the S23 Ultra were very, very similar. Although this is not a reason why I hate Samsung, it was still another thing that kind of more recently was kind of making me a little bit more sad, to be honest. But I will say, my hatred of Samsung has completely gone away. I criticize the company, but I like Samsung a lot now, and I actually like One UI quite a bit now, which is crazy. So, if you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.